The game's first festival is finally here and will last from April 2nd to May 6th. During this time, we'll be able to partake in some themed minigames and tackle hunts which will reward us with crafting materials for a variety of things like camping decorations, gestures, and equipment. The most important item to focus on, especially if you want to unlock everything during this event, will be the Sakuratide armor set. The armor sets are not only aesthetically pleasing, but comes with 2 set bonuses that are essential for farming this event. The first skill, Festival Spirit, grants us 1 additional carve per corpse during a hunt. The only caveat is that this skill does not trigger when joining a quest midway. For the skill to work, you'll have to start the quest or be with the hunting party before the quest starts. Festival Spirit requires 3 pieces of the Sakuratide armor to activate. The second skill has 2 levels, 1 at 2 pieces of armor and 2 at 4 pieces of armor. At level 1, Blossomdance Prayer grants special items used to unlock the various event goodies at the quest reward screen. At level 2, the skill will greatly amp your attack and defense. However, this status amp only works during the Blossomdance Festival. The full Sakuratide armor sets will grant us 5 levels of Foray, which grants 15 attack and 20 affinity whenever a large monster is afflicted with poison or paralysis. Poison seems like the perfect companion for this skill because of how much longer it will persist on a monster compared to paralysis. Additionally, Foray gets an added bonus during cooperative hunts, as you'll be able to apply status ailments more consistently if everyone else is also running a status ailment weapon. The armor set will also come with 2 levels of adaptability, granting the hunter immunity to hot or cold environments. Finally, we'll gain 3 levels of item prolonger and quick sheath. Both skills are nice to have, but all of these skills are easy enough to slot into any other armor sets that you'd probably want to use anyways. For the duration of the event, we'll definitely want to take full advantage of the 4-piece set bonus by pairing it up with some other armor pieces that might have some great skills that we can make use of, and a poison or paralysis weapon. Before we dive into the armor sets proper, question for you all: do you prefer paralysis or poison as a status ailment? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, support your boy by hitting that like button and subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Thanks. If you're looking for hunters to play with, join our community squad. Squad ID on screen and in the description below. The easiest Sakuratide armor piece to swap out is the Waist, as it offers no points in Foray, a 3-slot skill. By replacing the Waist with something like Soshia's Waist Beta and then slotting in some spicy skills, we end up with a pretty good status ailment setup. For all of these builds, I'll be using the Counter 3 Charm as a base because of how powerful it is for everyone in a general sense. To learn more about my thoughts on how busted Counter-Strike is, check out the video on screen and in the description below. The setup on screen will retain 5 levels in Foray and 3 levels in Item Prolonger, while gaining 3 levels of Maximum Might for 30% affinity while our stamina is full, 3 levels of Counter-Strike which grants us 25 raw attack whenever we get knocked down or armor through an attack that would knock us down, and 2 levels of Agitator, which grants us 8 raw attack and 5% affinity whenever the monster is angry. At the theoretical max, the build provides 48 raw attack, 5% additional status ailment attacks from Coalescence 1 innate to the Soshia's Waist, and 55% affinity before accounting for the Blossomdance Prayer 2's attack and defense boost. This setup will also have 1 remaining 2-slot decorations open for your customization. You could slot in something like Evade Extender or Evade Window for extra comfort, or Part Breaker for even more drops. An alternative 4-piece setup involves replacing the Sakuratide chest piece with the Soshia chest piece Beta. The setup will offer similar skills like 5 levels of Foray, 2 levels of Agitator, 3 levels of Maximum Might, and 3 levels of Counter-Strike, but will also let us retain a lot of Sakuratide's innate armor skills like 3 levels of Item Prolonger, 2 levels of Adaptability, and 3 levels of Quick Sheath. For non-longsword wielders, max level of Quick Sheath is not worth it, so you can replace that 1 decoration slot with something else, like more Divine Blessing or whatever else you would like. The main comparison between the 2 setups is the theoretical power. If you have a way to proc Coalescence, then you'll be able to apply ailments more consistently, which gives you higher uptime on Foray. But if you're not finding any monsters that could afflict you with Blight, the second set provides essentially the same damage boost with further comfort thanks to the maxed out adaptability and Quick Sheath. Another way to amp up Foray's uptime is by carrying both a paralysis and poison weapon and swapping between them between each affliction. If you don't care about the attack boost from the 4-piece bonus or want to use the Sakuratide armor even after the event is over for the additional carve that it provides, then these next couple of builds may be just the thing for you. First up, we're going to combine the 2 previous builds together by mixing the Sakuratide's armor pieces with 2 pieces of Soshia, mainly the chest and the Waist Beta. After slotting in some decorations, we'll gain 5 levels of Agitator, which grants us 20 attack and 15 affinity whenever a monster is angry, 4 levels of Foray, 3 levels of Item Prolonger, 3 levels of Maximum Might, and 3 levels of Counter-Strike with 1 level of Coalescence and 2 levels of Adaptability. Additionally, we'll gain access to Soshia's 2-piece bonus, which will heal us for 1 tick of health every 2 seconds for added comfort. At the theoretical max, this build will net us 57 raw attack, 5% additional ailment damage, and 60% affinity. For something a bit more consistent, we can swap out the Soshia pieces for the Arc Vulcan chest and Waist Beta. After slotting in the proper decorations, we'll gain these skills: 5 levels of Foray, 3 levels of Weakness Exploit, 3 levels of Maximum Might, 3 levels of Item Prolonger, 3 levels of Counter-Strike, 2 levels of Adaptability, 2 levels of Recovery Up, and 1 level of Recovery Speed. At the theoretical max, the build nets us 40 raw attack and 75% affinity, while also giving us Arc Belt's Hunger, which restores health whenever we attack a monster enough times. This healing is further boosted by the 2 levels of Recovery Up that we get to slot in. And lastly, we're going to be building a more aggressive set that can substantially boost Foray's uptime. We'll be using the helmet, chest, and gloves from the Sakuratide armor while mixing that in with the Gore Waist and Pants Beta. After slotting in some decorations, we'll gain these skills: 5 levels of Foray, 3 levels of Coalescence, which grants us 15% extra affinity damage whenever we cure ourselves of Frenzy or Blight, 3 levels of Counter-Strike, 2 levels of Constitution, and 2 levels of Adaptability. We'll also gain 25% affinity from curing Frenzy thanks to 3 levels of Antivirus and the Black Eclipse 1-set bonus from 2 pieces of Gore Magala. This build gives us 1 free slot of a level 3 decoration, which we'll be using for 1 point into Adrenaline Rush. At the theoretical max, this armor set provides 50 raw attack, 15% extra ailment damage, and 45% affinity. While not as directly powerful as the other builds in this video, it does have much better consistency thanks to the frequency in which we'll get Frenzy. We'll be able to have much higher uptime on Coalescence. If you have your own spicy setups for the Sakuratide armor, share it with the community below. With that said, I hope everybody has a great time during the festival, and I'm very much looking forward to the new drip that we're gonna get from the Sakuratide armor, especially the male glove piece because it glows when you have a slinger ammo equipped. It's so cool looking. And I'm also looking forward to decorations for our camp. I love customizing that stuff, and I've been waiting for quite a while for some new options. For more fun and informative Monster Hunter content, check out this video on screen right now. My name is Varsona, and I'll see you in the next video.